Well, welcome everyone to the Think a Better Thought Training Your Mind for Success 101 Deep Dive Series. So excited to do this with you. And we're going to go inside each chapter. I'm going to give you more insight on different things, maybe why I wrote it, what to look out for, and we're definitely going to work on all of the exercises. We're going to start with chapter 2, so let's dive right in, okay? Chapter 2 is called Your Mind's Garden. I like to use nature examples a lot because really I think that gives us some of the best guidance. If you simply observe how things work, you can apply that to your life and it makes sense. You don't have to have this immediate gratification of Amazon dropping everything off on your doorstep, including success every second of the day, do you? Okay. Now, one of the first things that we do in this chapter is we talk about how you have the ability to think whatever you want to think at any moment. Now, to prove that to you right now, I want you to stop. We're going to take a 5-second break, and I want you to improve what you're thinking right now. So maybe you're thinking a negative thought like, God almighty, Shane's just going to keep rambling on for the next 5 minutes. I can't even believe I'm here. You could take that to, what if I actually hear something that would be useful? That's improving your thought, even if it's just a little bit. Right now, whatever you're thinking, I'm going to silently count to 5, okay? I want you to stop and improve your thought. Ready, set, go. It really is that simple to improve your thought. It's how powerful this thing is. But we can also get off track very easy. This book is about giving you tools to recognize when you get off track and getting back on. That's it. As long as you stay on track, you're going where you want to go. But you can get off very quickly. Okay. Now, I want to give you some caution because like if you're starting a diet or you're starting a workout program, which we all think about, we all like to do. I say we all. It's very typical for this time of year, right? New Year's resolutions. I want to lose some weight. I want to eat healthier. If you go from eating 6,000 calories a day, like I've done before, and you cut that down to 2,000, what's going to happen? You're going to feel the pain. You're going to feel the hunger pains. Your body's not used to it. You have to adjust. If you go to the gym and you have not been working out for several weeks, several months, and you go after it hard, what will happen the next couple of days? You may be so sore that you cannot function, you know? Sitting on the toilet is like one of the worst experiences of your life. I've been there, you've probably been there too, okay? So same thing with your mind. When you start working out, you're going to be tired. You might give yourself a headache. You might get frustrated. You might say this doesn't work. And guess what? It won't if you only do it a couple of times. This is a commitment. If you want this to stick and work, you have to do this every single day. You don't get a break. That's how it works. You have to be on guard because guess what? The negative bullshit is after you every single second. You don't get a break from it. So you can't give yourself a break from monitoring. This story is in this book, and we're going to cover it a couple of times probably, but the NASA goggle study. Okay, NASA when they knew the astronauts were going to be working in space and might be sideways, upside down, whatever, they wanted to create a test that would prove the astronauts could handle working in a disoriented environment. So they gave them these goggles. These aren't goggles, but they put them on, and as soon as they put them on, their vision flipped. Everything turned upside down, 180 degrees. They never took the glasses off. They worked in them, they slept in them, they ate in them, they worked out in them. Never took them off. On day 26, one of the astronauts wakes up and his brain has rewired, flipped what he's looking at back to normal. So even though he's got the glasses on, he's looking everything normal. On days 27 through 30, every other astronaut experienced the same thing who was in that program. Their vision all corrected. As NASA dug in, what you would expect them to do is they tried to figure out why this was happening. What they learned was anytime an astronaut took the goggles off before a full 30-day cycle, they would have to go all the way back to day one, reset, do a full reset, and go 30 straight days. It takes 30 days for a new habit to be created. That's the lesson. It's 30 days for a new habit to be corrected. That's why this chapter is so important. You have to understand what you're about to do. You're about to plant a garden up here. You have been forever, but you're about to go in there and you're about to root out all the shit that's in there, all the weeds, and you're going to plant new thoughts. And if you don't pay attention to that garden every single day with the right water, with the right fencing, protection to keep all the rabid creatures out of it, it's going to get destroyed. You have to stay on it. So right now you need to decide if you're willing to commit to doing this every single day. Because if you're not, I'm going to tell you right now, it will not work, period. Quit now. Save us all the trouble, especially yourself. Quit now if you're not willing to do it. It's a real gut check. All right, I'm going to assume that you said I'm in and we're ready to go. So I'm going to start sharing the screen here. That way you can get a little bit better look at the content, right? So we've already done our little 5-second test to improve your thought. Okay. Now, what we want to do is get over here to the chapter summary and get into the exercises, because this chapter is really pretty simple. 1, judgment. Let me scoot back a second here. When you are judging, you are not in control of your thoughts. Okay? Nothing happens without a thought first. You're 100% responsible for all your thoughts. Going to the concept of a garden. Okay? If you have a negative thought, instead of you watering your garden where you're saying, you know what? I'm going to have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garden. It's going to give me everything that I want. It's going to give me pretty things to look at, like roses. It's going to give me great food for nourishment. And it's going to provide this for me and my family. It's going to be amazing. And you plant all these seeds to do that. And your seeds are your ideas. So the equivalent with an idea would be, I'm going to build this great business for my company. And it's going to provide all the nourishment that not only I need, but my family needs, because it's going to give us the income to buy our food. It's going to give us the income to give us the kind of house we want. It's going to give us income to give us the kind of experiences that we want, right? It's going to give us that nourishment. So you plant those seeds, your thoughts, and then you water them. How do you water them? You water them with belief, knowing that these thoughts are going to grow. And the real things, when you plant a tomato seed or a carrot plant or a bean plant or whatever, and you water it, and you put it in the right environment, the right soil, you plant it knowing that it will sprout, that it will grow, that it will become the food that you intend it to be. And it's the same way with your thoughts, with what you want to do. But if you don't put that thought in the right environment, the right soil, if you don't tend to that thought the right way and give it the right amount of water, the right amount of belief, the right amount of fertilizer, the right amount of knowing that it's going to happen, it's gone. You might as well spray Roundup on the seedling as soon as it sprouts, because that negative thinking is Roundup. It's poison. And that negative thinking, the weeds that go into your garden, those are lack of persistence. Okay, what is lack of persistence? Simply, that is called quitting. If you don't have persistence, you're a quitter. So the one thing that guarantees you will fail is quitting. So you got to have persistence. Another weed is fear. What is fear? That is not believing. You either believe or you don't. When you drive over a bridge, are you afraid that it's going to crash? It's going to crumble underneath you? No. You have no fear. You have faith that that bridge gives you everything you need to cross. You have to eliminate fear. Resentment, worrying about everybody else and what they've done to you, it's killer weed. Condemnation, worry, negativity, pain, belief in failure, you have to clear them all out of your garden, and you have to constantly work to keep them out, because they will come in. You will have to weed it out. So we're going to use concepts of nature a lot in this garden one. I think I've made it pretty clear. You got to keep it out. Keep that negativity out. That's the poison. That's the weeds. That's the little varmints that are going to come in and try and kill it. What you want to do is stop judging others, other people, other places, other things, yourself, and start observing. That's going to be a big key thing here, okay? So when I stopped judging other people, especially myself, and I started observing, my life changed, okay? So we're going to work hard on that a lot. Now let's get over here to the training exercises. Here's your training exercise for section 2. Ask yourself, how often am I judging others or myself? You're the only one that is going to answer this question to yourself. Now you can share it with other people if you want, but there's a saying, to thine own self be true. If you can't be true to yourself, figure out a way. Pray to God, ask him for willingness to be true to yourself. Very important you do this right. How often am I judging others and myself? Once you've asked that, ask yourself, does judging others or myself have any benefit for me at all? Once you've asked those questions, do your best, step back and observe the answers. If your answer is, you know what, I'm judging everyone all the time, don't do something like, God, I'm an asshole. I'm total shit. You know, I'm worthless. How am I ever going to stop judging people? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, all I did for most of my life was judge people. And if I can stop, you can. And guess what I do? I still slip up. I still judge people. And when I do, I feel the pain. And I still, even though I feel the pain, even though I can say not doing that makes everything much better in my life, I still fuck up and I still judge people. No one is perfect. And I really tried to be perfect all my life. Okay. No one's perfect. Now, let's do something here and let's go deeper. Right? You want to go deeper? Let's go deeper. And I'm going to bring myself back up to do this with you. Stuff to share here. All right. This one's a fun one. All right. And I'm sure you've already probably read what's going on, but before I wrote this book, I used to spend a lot of nights exhausted from my thinking. I mean, I could not go to sleep. Like thousands would race through my head. And when I completed this exercise, a massive revelation happened to me, and that was I had no control over my thinking. All right, so we earlier we took 5 seconds and we just improved what we were thinking about. Okay, what we want to find out right now is how much control do you have over your thoughts? Real control. So I want you to pick a fantastic memory, one of the best memories you have ever had in your life. Could be the birth of a child, could be a vacation, could be getting a job, could be scoring a touchdown, whatever it is. Pick that thought. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to pick that thought. Now, I want you to find a spot where you can get comfortable and relax. You want to lay down, you can close your eyes, whatever it may be. You need a comfortable spot. Also, a quiet spot. You can go to your car, bathroom, wherever it is, get some privacy. And I want you to take 20 seconds. All you do for this 20 seconds is focus on that one single, most fantastic, best, coolest memory of your life. Nothing else, only that memory. Now your job is to see if anything else pops in, any other memories. Let's see how focused you are. Can you keep focused on this one memory? 20 seconds. And I've been talking about it for about a minute, so you've had a little practice time too. Okay, you ready? I'm going to time you. Silently count. And then we'll come back and talk about it. You ready? Go. All right, that's 20 seconds, okay? I hope you weren't looking at me, but you can listen. You want to try it again? Maybe you can try it again and don't look at me this time. Just listen for me to come back in, okay? Ready, set, go. Okay, how'd you do this time? The first time I did it, I lasted maybe almost 2 seconds. It's pretty rough. Okay, I was like, holy shit. Like my ego was just just on overdrive. And I thought the ego was supposed to be a good thing. We're gonna get a lot into that, okay? But yeah, it didn't take me long to get to 20 seconds. And as soon as I figured out I could do that, I could expand from that little single memory to the entire experience. And I could spend 20, 30, 40, I could spend as long as I wanted to and just have fun with that memory versus having all this worry and craziness and resentment and all the weeds cluttering up my mind. It's simple. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. I promise. Okay. I promise. So there we go. Chapter 2, the garden of your mind. You got your exercises to work on. Got a little insight. And if you've made it to this point, I hope you got the commitment to push on and make this a habit and rewire your brain and actually soar in 2024. Okay, we'll see you for video number 3. Think a better thought.